Primo is going to be put through its paces. We're going to run three different queries of increasing levels of difficulty, starting with a simple keyword search, progressing to the simulation of the facts of a matter, and finally having Primo be your sparring partner as you explore different lines of argumentation for a matter. Primo starts with its agentic research process. We've got a much longer video which looks at this in real time done by Alessandro. Today we are focusing on the report. So you can see the first thing that Primo does, because this is such a broad query, it's outlining three aspects that it's going to look at: the interstate inheritance, maintenance, and then the actual qualifications to be viewed as a permanent life partner. In the report itself, you can see that the first aspect that Primo focuses on is the legislative framework. First, by discussing interstate succession, which is the core rule. As always, we have our inline citations, which, when you open up, actually goes into our source cabinet. And just important to mention that as far as it's discussing the Interstate Succession Act, it's doing it broadly as far as it pertains to life partnerships. It undertakes a similar analysis for maintenance claims by spouses or by survivors, rather, in life partnerships. And again, the reason that maintenance claims and even customary law just below it were mentioned is because this is a broad query. It was looking at life partnerships, but we did not specify the nature of the life partnership or even the nature of the inheritance that we were concerned with in this query. As we go further on, we see that Primo then starts to focus on the case law aspect. Similarly, it has gone quite broad. It has found key cases in the case of Gorey v. Culver. Once again, just showing you that our case inline citations are always there for your reference. But Gorey in this case was specifically mentioned because it deals with same sex life partners. On the other hand, Buanya, which also deals with inheritance of life partners, but in this case, opposite sex life partners. And then finally, Primo gives a snapshot on what the current position is of both succession and maintenance, just explaining in broad detail how the law has developed in these two aspects of inheritance. And finally, it then looks at what are the requirements for actually proving a permanent life partnership. And once again, you can see that the report continues to be robust and rigorous, but it's lighter on the detail and broader on laying out what the different aspects of the law say as far as inheritance rights goes for life partnerships. If, for instance, you had specified in your query the maintenance of life partners or customary law marriages, for instance, then Primo's report would have become a lot more specific. But as you can see, we have a follow-up query box. So, if you do want to hone into a particular aspect, interstate succession or maintenance, for instance, this would then be the right time to do it. But this is just to give you clarity in terms of what a keyword search looks like on adjunct.